Let's take a second right now to have a moment of silence for Washington Mystics owner Sheila Johnson, who suggested that the WNBA as a whole should have been on the cover of Time magazine instead of just Caitlin Clark, who graced the cover last week, which is probably some of the stupidest shit I've ever.
Welcome back to the DX Hoop today. We're diving into a story that's shaking up not just the WNBA, but the entire sports world. We're talking about Caitlin Clark, her historic rise, and the controversy that's putting women's basketball under the spotlight like never before. Buckle up, because this is about more than just basketball. It's about impact, legacy, and a whole lot of drama. Let's break it all down, starting with Caitlin Clark herself and the incredible year that led her to the cover of Time magazine as Athlete of the Year. From there, we'll dissect the backlash, explore its deeper implications, and hear what the biggest names in basketball have to say. And finally, we'll discuss what this means for the future of the WNBA first. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. The former Iowa Hawkeye burst onto the WNBA scene like a comet, bringing an electrifying mix of talent, charisma, and marketability. Her college career was already the stuff of legends, record-breaking stats, viral moments, and a loyal fan base that followed her every move. By the time she was drafted into the WNBA by the Indiana Fever, Clark had already solidified her status as one of the most exciting players to watch fast forward to 2024. Clark's rookie season wasn't just impressive, it was transformative. She led the Fever to the playoffs, showed resilience in the face of tough competition, and proved that she belonged on the professional stage. Her individual accolades were staggering, but her impact went far beyond the stat sheet. Clark didn't just play basketball, she moved the needle. Attendance at Fever games skyrocketed by 250%, with over 177,000 fans showing up per game, the highest in the league. Merchandise sales soared by 1,000%, with her jersey becoming a must-have item. And let's not forget the television ratings, which jumped a jaw-dropping 300% whenever she played. These numbers aren't just stats, they're a testament to the Caitlin Clark effect, a phenomenon that's bringing new eyes and new dollars to women's basketball. Now, you'd think all of this would be cause for celebration, right? A young star revitalizing the league, drawing in fans, and boosting revenue. It sounds like a win-win, but not everyone is popping champagne over Clark's success. Enter Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the Washington Mystics, who sparked a heated debate by suggesting that the entire WNBA, not just Clark, should have graced the cover of Time magazine. Johnson's argument: Clark's spotlight creates division in the league and overlooks other talented players, particularly women of color, who haven't received the recognition they deserve. It's a bold claim, one that's ignited discussions about race, favoritism, and the politics of sports marketing. But here's the kicker. Clark's impact isn't just about her presence is lifting the entire league. Teams moved games to larger venues when the Fever came to town ticket sales, and viewership spiked across the board. Yet, instead of embracing this momentum, some within the league seem more focused on critiquing Clark's rise. Let's dive deeper into the backlash. Critics argue that the media's focus on Clark ignores the broader talent in the WNBA. Players like Aja Wilson, Angel Reese, and others have been vocal about the lack of recognition for their contributions. Johnson herself highlighted this disparity, emphasizing that many players of color have been overlooked despite their talent. While these concerns are valid, they also raise a critical question. Why does celebrating one player have to come at the expense of others? Can't Clark's success coexist with a broader acknowledgement of the league's depth of talent? This isn't just a Caitlin Clark issue, it's a systemic challenge in women's sports. Media coverage, sponsorship deals, and fan engagement often hinge on a few standout stars. Clark's marketability is undeniable, but so is the need to create opportunities for other players to shine. The debate doesn't stop there. NBA veterans like Matt Barnes and Jim Jackson have entered the conversation, and they're not holding back. Barnes, known for his candid takes, defended Clark while calling out the WNBA for mishandling her rise. He described Clark as a golden goose for the league, criticizing them for failing to capitalize on her momentum. Jackson took a similar stance but added a layer of nuance. He acknowledged the racial dynamics at play while emphasizing Clark's unique ability to resonate with fans. Comparing her to Steph Curry, he pointed out that marketability isn't just about skill, it's about connection. Clark, like Curry, has that it factor, the rare ability to draw fans and sell products. Both Barnes and Jackson see Clark's rise as a turning point for the WNBA, a chance to elevate the entire league, but they're also clear-eyed about the challenges. The league's hesitance to fully embrace Clark could squander a once-in-a-generation opportunity. So what's the WNBA doing about all this? Surprisingly, not much. The league has been noticeably silent, even as Clark's impact dominates headlines. This lack of response has only fueled speculation about internal tensions and missed opportunities. To understand what's at stake, let's look at history. In 1984, Michael Jordan entered the NBA and transformed it into a global phenomenon. Tiger Woods did the same for golf. These athletes weren't just stars, they were catalysts for change. Clark has the potential to do the same for women's basketball, but only if the league steps up. The WNBA's reluctance to fully embrace Clark raises bigger questions about its marketing strategy and vision for the future. Are they prepared to leverage her star power to grow the game, or will they let internal politics and outdated thinking hold them back? As we wrap up, it's clear that Caitlin Clark's rise is about more than just one player. It's a defining moment for women's basketball, a chance to break barriers and rewrite the narrative. But with opportunity comes responsibility. The WNBA has a golden opportunity to turn Clark's success into lasting change. By investing in marketing, improving player visibility, and addressing systemic issues, they can ensure that her impact benefits the entire league. For fans, the takeaway is simple. Keep showing up. Whether it's buying tickets, watching games, or supporting players on social media, your engagement matters. You're not just a spectator, you're part of the movement. Detail: Clark's journey to success, her college career, her influence on Iowa basketball, and her leap into the WNBA. Explore her record-breaking stats and unique playing style. Discuss her cultural impact and how she's drawn new audiences to women's basketball. Expand on the stats provided. 27% of WNBA activity tied to her 1 in 6 tickets sold because of her games. Jersey sales and game attendance spikes attributed to her presence. Introduce comparisons to iconic male athletes like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Steph Curry to contextualize her impact. Break down Sheila Johnson's statement about the WNBA as a whole deserving the time cover. Examine the deeper implications of her comments. Jealousy, internal politics, and race in women's sports. Present arguments for and against Johnson's perspective. Explore the racial dynamics in sports media and marketing. Why do some players of color feel overlooked despite their talent? Historical context. Racial disparities in recognition across sports. Analyze Sheila Johnson's concerns about spotlighting one player over others, especially when those players are women of color. Compare Caitlin Clark's visibility to other WNBA stars like Angel Reese and Aja Wilson-Dive into the marketing machine behind Caitlin Clark. Discuss the economics of sports, ROI, return on investment for sponsors, jersey sales, and fan engagement. Compare her marketability to Steph Curry's, not just performance, but relatability and branding. Highlight the missed opportunities by the WNBA in fully leveraging her impact. Use examples from other sports. Michael Jordan's transformative impact on the NBA. Tiger Woods reshaping the PGA Tour, how these examples parallel Clark's influence. Critique the WNBA's lack of public acknowledgement of Clark's Time magazine cover. Discuss how this silence might be rooted in fear of internal division or backlash. Offer insights from experts or other sports analysts on why this silence might harm the league's growth. Expand on Matt Barnes's and Jim Jackson's comments. Discuss the potential for jealousy or envy in a league where financial opportunities and recognition are limited. Provide historical examples of how star players have faced criticism within their own leagues. Analyze how Clark has already elevated the league's profile, increased game attendance, boosted television ratings, enhanced brand partnerships. Discuss how her influence could pave the way for future stars, particularly in marketing. Outline the challenges the league faces in capitalizing on Clark's momentum. Discuss strategies the WNBA could adopt, building storylines around rivalries, e.g. Clark versus Reese, increasing marketing efforts for star players across the board, promoting inclusivity while leveraging individual star power. Emphasize the importance of fan support in growing the game. Urge the WNBA to step up its game, embrace its stars, and use this moment to drive the league forward. Highlight the transformative potential of this moment for women's sports. End with a powerful recap. Caitlin Clark represents a turning point for women's basketball. The controversy surrounding her success reveals larger issues in sports culture. The WNBA is at a crossroads. Will they seize the moment or let it slip away? Encourage viewers to join the conversation. Ask for their thoughts on the controversy, the league's response, and the future of women's basketball.